Alright, here we go. We're going to tie up a green rockworm Czech nymph. Czech nymphs are typically heavily weighted, so they just go like a rocket to the bottom. You just want to get them down. And that's what we're going to do here. And take a little bit of lead wire right here. You can use, if you can find it, flat lead wire would work well. This is just round, and I would probably use 10 thousandths, something like that. I'm going to start from near the back and just kind of work my way forward, laying those wraps in right next to each other, and then wrap it right up, get it right up in that bead. And then get in there and just nip her off. I think I'm going to go a couple more on the end. And there we go. Alright. And then I'm just going to wrap a ton here and just kind of bind everything down. Get it nice and bound. And then right here at the back, I'm just going to build up a little thread so it just kind of tapers off of that. I'm hitting something there. And there we go. And then from there, we're going to tie in a little bit of silver wire in this case. You could do whatever color you feel inclined to, it doesn't really matter. We just want to, get something that looks like a segmented body, and so that's why we're doing that. And then we tie in some of this scud material. They sell these long strips of scud material. That's what it looks like. And so I'm just going to take a not too long piece of that, and if you can see, I'm going to actually just cut a little bit of a taper into the back of it. That'll just sort of help me wrap it in, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to get a little bit more than that. So I'm cutting each side at a more or less shallow angle. And we'll put that right there on the back. You want to try to tie these in sort of right on the top of the hook, and I'm having trouble with it here. Reaching behind. There we go. Okay, got that. So now we're going to basically dub the body. And get a bunch of this. In this case, we're using, it's a green rockworm. We're going to use a bunch of this green, bright green antron. This stuff's awesome. I love the antron dubbing for this kind of an application. I just, use it a lot. It's sparkly. It's pretty easy to work with, and it tends to hold a little bit of air in the fibers, which is a good thing. It gives it that kind of glow that you get off. A lot of these insects will pump air into the nymphal shuck when they emerge, and fish key on that. They know when they see it what it is, and so antron, I think, helps contribute to that a little bit. And this is where, neatness doesn't count for much on this kind of a pattern, because really, we like to actually have some of those spiky fibers hanging out. That gives it a little bit more movement, a little more realism here. Alright, we got kind of a nice spiky little body with the black head. We're going to come forward with the shell next, and then just take a little soft loop there just to make sure, and then you want to kind of give it a pull and get it centered right on top, and then bear down on it a little bit. Take a good couple wraps in there, and then we're going to take some fine tip scissors and get right in there and knock it off. Alright, and last but not least, we want to wind forward with our rib. Coming forward. You know, if you're starting out fly tying, this is a great one to tie. It's very simple, incredibly effective, and you know, it's tied on a little bigger hook, so it's certainly a little bit easier to learn without having to, you know, deal with like something that's size 18 or something. Cut that off on the far side, and then sort of wrap it all down there. Get my little tip cut off. And there you go. You could use, you know, I used orange thread on this, which gives me kind of that two-tone orange and green kind of look, which is cool. But you could use black thread there too if you wanted. Sometimes the thread is nice because you can just do a little accent and that thing will show up really well. Whoops, missed it. There you go. Get that tight. Get up under there, snip her off. I'm going to nickname this one the Mango Melon. Put some glue down. And there you have it. And that will catch a lot of fish. That you can't, the camera doesn't really do it justice, but this back right here, the shell back, is bright, and it really has a reflective, translucent kind of quality when you see the nymph up close, and the fish will pick up on that too. It's a pretty awesome little nymph to fish.